Hey Chris, thanks for joining us on NIVEA's Facebook page. And before I answer your question, I just want to remind people that I am offering some very discreet, simple notions such as going on dates on a regular basis, such as taking advantage of the date night giveaway, touching one another, staying close, and getting an inroad into intimacy. But you were asking a very interesting and perhaps a little more complex question than you might imagine about romantic ideas, both individually and in our culture at large. We have an epidemic of love addiction in this country. I know that sounds kind of weird, but love addiction is a very common thing. And let me just give you an example of love addict. Romeo and Juliet were love addicts, right? They were young kids who idealized one another and refused to accept reality on reality's terms and went together in spite of everything. And if Romeo and Juliet had been my patients, I'd have a big lawsuit on my hand because they both ended up dead. That's where love addiction will take you. It's a fantasy, as you say, and it's not necessarily a reality, and it's built on problems from our childhood. When there were insufficiencies and there were abandonments, we tend to idealize people and cast them as certain characters in our play of romance. But of course, the people we cast in these romantic roles end up being exactly like the people that let us down in our childhood. There's lots of good books out there about love addiction, but you are absolutely right. We have lots of, you call them delusions, I think, or fantasies, and in fact they can be. So the important thing, just simple advice to start with, keep it on real terms. You know, back to going on a date and sharing with one another, maintaining boundaries. One person shares, one person listens, and then they trade roles. You don't insist on somebody to be something they are not. You accept them on the terms they are, and you learn to love that person for whom they are, not whom you need them to be. And, as we've said repeatedly in this campaign, being close, physically close, touching is an important part of that. NIVEA's campaign is about making skin look more touchable, so hopefully you will take advantage of that and the date night giveaway.